Good day, viewers. Uh, as promised, we shall continue with the paper we dealt with in the last video by going straight to strange but true. The stories headed with headed by strange but true. The first one is recipe for mint sugar cookies. Um, in its July 1991 edition, Gourmet magazine Gourmet magazine published a recipe for mint sugar cookies. One of the ingredients that the magazine suggested was wintergreen oil, a toxin that can induce nausea, vomiting, and in some cases death. Gourmet was forced to send 750,000 letters in an attempt to correct the error. Second story, you are circumcised. It reads, preparations for a ceremony at a public library in San Jose, California, were delayed when it was discovered that a banner that was supposed to read in the Filipino language, "You are welcome," actually translated as "You are circumcised." So this language different. So say you are welcome, say you are circumcised. Okay. Eaten by piranhas. A man died while fishing on the banks of amazing tributary Rio, amazing, Amazon tributary Rio Negro, having been attacked by enraged beasts after accidentally hitting their life with his rod. Well, I think they should have read hive. I don't know. So let me change it to hive. If I'm correct, we use the life. After accidentally hitting their hive with the rod, he had sought sanctuary in the with the rod. Sorry, he had sought sanctuary in the river where he was eaten by piranhas. Next story: sugar meal, a super meal for dogs. Sorry, super meal for dogs. Uh, okay, super meal for dogs. A departmental store in Japan will, for the equivalent of about £50, prepare a gourmet carry-out meal for your pet dog. A popular menu consists of premium rare beef and salted ham, sausage, cheese, and white chocolate for dessert. So that's for a dog, £50. Mm. Okay, now the Pawn Queen. In 1990, La Cinciolina, Italy's Pawn Queen MP, offered to defuse the increasing tense situation in the Middle East by having sex with Saddam Hussein. She said, "I am willing to let him have his way with me if, in exchange, he frees the hostages." Yes, that's woman power. Mm? Men will simply sit down and talk. He says, "No, I'll offer my body if only he's willing to free the hostages." Sorry, this is not religiously inclined uh, decision anyway. Mm? It's not a religiously inclined decision. Uh, she said, "I am willing to let him have his way with me if, in exchange, he frees the hostages." Okay, and this a funny story, very funny story. The Coolidge effect. That's the title. The Coolidge effect. Um, what has become known in zoology as the Coolidge effect the fact that animals lose interest in females after sexual intercourse, but can be stimulated almost indefinitely by a variety of partners, was named after American President Calvin Coolidge. Mm. Why was he so named? Why is the effect so named after him? Coolidge and his wife were inspecting a government chicken farm and were taking on separate tours. The woman, then the man, or other way, the man and then the man, were separate tours. As she passed the chicken, as she passed the chicken pen, Mrs. Coolidge asked the man in charge of the rooster, in charge of the rooster couple. No, I think I'm going wrong spelling here. I think it should be if and not where, off. So let me read it well. As she passed the chicken pen, Mrs. Coolidge asked the man in charge if the rooster copulated more than once a day. Dozens of times, replied the man. So while Coolidge's wife asked whether it uh, copulated once a day, the man said dozens of times. Tell that to the president. The woman told the uh, handman to tell that to the president that it copulates thousands of times a day. But you and the wife, you and your husband are not fowls. So uh, tell that to the president, said Mrs. Coolidge. In other words, he should double up. The husband should double up and have more sex with her. Okay. When President Coolidge visited the pen, the man passed on the message. When President Coolidge visited the pen, the man passed on the message. And does the rooster always choose the same hen? Asked the president. So if they have they can have sex dozens of times a day, is it always with one hen? So here the answer. Uh-huh. And does rooster always choose the same hen? Does the rooster always choose the same hen? Asked the president. Oh no, said the henman. Eh? Oh no, a different one each time. Tell that to Mrs. Coolidge, said the president. So he also tells, he's always telling the farmer, the hen farmer, to tell the wife that even though the farm sleeps, copulates dozens of times a day, it is not with the same hand, it's with different people. So tell that to my wife. If my wife wants, in other words, if my wife wants me to sleep a dozen times a day, then it must be with different women. Funny, isn't it? Okay. Hailstones. Next story. Big hailstones fall continuously on the active volcano of Colima in Mexico. The tremendous updraft from the boiling lava carries a column of air upward and cool regions where moisture turns to hail. Local peasants gather the ice, wrap it in straw, and sell it in the villages. Yes, if you're a villager, you are in trouble. But not these days. Everybody's eye is open. Go to all the villages in African countries. Their eyes are more open than even those in cities due to internet. So uh, it couldn't happen today in today's world. An honest politician, Simon Cameron, American politician, said, "An honest politician is one who, when he is bought, will stay bought." So if you want to be a good president, you are bought. You have to stay bought. Otherwise, you can't continue with your presidency. That's what it's telling us here. I'm not saying it. Uh, Okay, the holy passion of friendship. Another interesting story. Excuse me. Excuse me. The holy passion of friendship. Mark Twain said, "The holy passion of friendship is of so sweet and steady and loyal and enduring a nature that it will last through a whole lifetime." But there is a condition: through a whole lifetime, comma, if not asked to lend money. In other words, if there's no transaction of money in friendship, okay, it will last after. But let one ask the other to lend him money. Oh, the friendship will begin to wave, to shake. Uh, there, will be, uh, there wouldn't be harmony in the friendship anymore. You have a good friend, and then you say, "Oh, please lend me some $1,000. I have this problem." He might do it, he might not do it. Even if he does it, the next time you ask him, he won't get it for you. He won't get it to you. So that's what this means. That's my understanding. Anyway, I don't know. From people. So now I will go backward to read a story about the former lady Hillary Clinton. It's not a secret because it came in the papers and even came down here to Africa for us to read. Mhm. I think this picture, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, that's a picture. She was young at that time, isn't she? Young and beautiful. Mhm. Mrs. Clinton. Mhm. A young and beautiful lady in those days. A young and beautiful lady in those days. So let's go to the story itself. Uh, Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton is back at spilling sordid secrets in her $8 million book, and a behind the scene war with her publisher is getting ugly. The Enquirer has learned that Hillary's tardiness in finishing her White House memoir is only half the story. The real battle is over what's going to be in the book, and what's not. Simon and Simon and Shasta Simon and Shasta shelled out. Simon and Shasta shelled out one of the biggest advances in history for the former First Lady to write a down and dirty tell-all, a well-placed publishing source told the Enquirer. To write a down and dirty tell-all, comma, a well-placed publishing source told the Enquirer. That's the paper, Enquirer's paper. At the time, the Clinton marriage seemed to be disintegrating, and Hillary told them she'd be totally candid because she didn't expect to be married to Bill when the book came out. But the Clintons are somehow keeping their marriage afloat. Yes, yes. While the woman didn't expect the marriage to last, I think Mr. Clinton has been very tolerant. So let's see. When the book came out. But the Clintons are somehow keeping their marriage afloat. So Hillary is backing away from writing a detailed account of Bill's sexual adventures. Well, it's no secret. It's no secret. Bill Clinton was a womanizer in those days. It was floated all over the world. I'm sorry to say that. Uh, Let me repeat that before I can continue. So Hillary is backing away from writing a detailed account of Bill's sexual adventures from Arkansas to Monica and of her personal feelings. Yes, I think both are tolerant. both the wife and the husband were tolerant of each other. Instead of instead of and of her personal feelings. Sorry, uh, the writing is getting faint for me, or whether my eyes are not good. I don't know. She now plans to turn the book into a sanitized version of her life, along with her tips for women on how to hold it together while not while not tarnishing the ideals of feminism. Instead of finally revealing the truth about her marriage, it looks like Hillary's book will be a whitewash. Whitewash, that's different from the truth. Will be a whitewash. The folks at Simon and Shasta are livid, and they and they've told her so. Hillary's book was due to be on store on store shelves in August to meet that full stop in August, full stop, sorry. To meet that deadline, the book had to be at the printers by May. Hillary is not only late with her manuscripts, she has no title for it, the source added. With no manuscripts and no title, there can be no marketing campaign and few advance sales. But Hillary's not the only Clinton with a book problem. Bill inked an even more stunning deal for $12 million, and he hasn't even started writing yet. Oh yes, I started a book about 30 years ago, and I haven't finished. Uh, I don't know if I can finish it. Uh, I think it concerns my personal life from birth to the present age, but I haven't gone anywhere. So 30 years, you can imagine, uh, starting a book about 30 years ago, and maybe I'm abandoning it. I don't know. So uh, uh he needs his story to be. Let me repeat the last sentence. Bill inks an even more stunning deal for $12 million, and he hasn't even started writing yet. He needs his story to be he, he needs his story to be in sync with whatever Hillary says. And since she hasn't said anything yet, he can't even very he can't get verified, said another publishing insider. By next year, there could be there could be two publishers with two different big gripes against two very troublesome Clintons. Oh my God. Mhm. So let me repeat that. By next year, by next year there could well be two publishers with two different gripes against two very troublesome Clintons. Tommy Lee cleared a child running case. I think I've read it. Tommy Lee. Tommy Lee. So you can see we're in Africa by reading foreign stories, European and American stories. My Let me read the headlines of some stories and then maybe pick one. My wife wants more children. Should I marry her? I have chronic gonorrhea. My uncle loves me. Let's read this. It's a short story. Dear Auntie Lillian, my uncle, who has two wives, is harassing me with words of love. He insists that he is in love with me, but hey, but I can't understand him. It is unheard of. I've explained to him that it is impossible for any affair to exist between us because of the close relationship, but he doesn't seem to understand. He can't understand. In his mind, he has already slept with you. You don't know, man. He can't understand. He has already slept with you in his mind. So how do you want him to pull back? No. You see, I'm afraid. I'm afraid that he will try to rape me one day because he is becoming obsessed with me. Should I report him to my father or his two wives? And this is the answer from Ma Lillian. It will be best of you first. It will be best if you first warn him that you will report him to your father and his wives if he persists. If he does, you can make a complaint to an elderly family member who will summon him and bring him back to his senses. Meanwhile, avoid him the best you can. So, uh, I think that's all. Um, so you see, men have been molesting women. In future, in the near future, not in far future, it's going to be the opposite. I think it's already happening. Women are harassing men. Yes, women are harassing men for sex. You don't sleep with them, you are no man. You are weak. Huh? They will treat you very badly. They will treat people one way, and they will treat you very, very badly. Uh, it is reported by scholars that the Holy Prophet said in future, women will harass men. Mm. The preacher mentioned a number, but I don't know. But he said a number of women will be going after one man. Eh? A number of women will go after one man, and the man will get tired, and the man will ask them, "Why are you so much after me?" And the women will reply, "We want you to sleep with us." Yes, I'm not saying this, but I heard it from uh, senior scholars, scholars who are more senior to me, who have read the hadiths of the Prophet. So many women. We are seeing the signs every day in and out. In Africa, women used to wear cloth, just a cloth, cover cloth. A woman would never wear trousers. Pardon me to say, and some of them even used not to wear underwear. Huh? Now they started wearing underwear. Now they left it. They are wearing trousers. Now they have left the trousers. They are wearing shorts. If you come to Kumasi, Ghana, you see women in shorts. Huh? And they are so uh, strong, so violent, and whatnot. You see, so, and you disappoint a woman, she will not take it easily. So this is, I have no grounds to challenge this hadith or to doubt it that in future women will harass men. In fact, not harassment. The prophet says they will say, "We want you to sleep with me," but that's not the case. The case is that the real thing is that they will beat the man, beat him well, and cool him down, and then induce them to have sex. It's happening already, only we don't know. Huh? And somebody told me in Gaddafi's time, soldiers will go into Libya town, pick a cleaner, even a cleaner, pick him up, drive him to the desert, and then let him have his way with them, and then they will drop him somewhere. It's happening, you see. In Nigeria, there was a story where women cornered a man who had uh, rejected one of their colleagues. They cornered him into a big house. 22 of them, and placed them, and they all sat in chairs naked. And they asked the man to, pardon me, to lick them one after the other. 22. One man, what does he do? So these are signs. And so the man went through them one after the other, licking their inside. And I think they let him go. You see, so things are turned over. You see, you can see in the when I was young, there was a song that we called Mr. Victor, which said, "You're never gonna get my love, Mr. Victor." So this is a woman boasting, Mr. Victor will never get her love. But those songs are no more there because the women are rather going in for the men. Uh, so that is all. These are all signs. Sorry for using profane words, but it's for the purpose of elucidating what is in the Quran uh, as related to our daily lives today. So, thank you very much. Ila likai. Next time, we hope to go to the Quran. I believe we are starting from verse 1 to 2 or thereabout. But I will check that later. So, thank you very much. Ila likai.